This presentation will walk you through the 3DuxDesign STEM Starter Challenge Cards, theme number 4, Beastie Biomes. Like all activities in this card deck, the Beastie Biomes is a low prep, high engagement design challenge that works across grade levels and settings. Students jump right into building, designing, and thinking like real engineers as they explore animals, habitats, and adaptations. The goal isn't perfection, it's creativity, critical problem solving, and getting ideas into a physical form. In this challenge, students will reverse engineer a habitat for a creature based on clues like its body features and a pseudo-scientific name. It's a fully tech-free experience that keeps the focus on thinking, designing, and making. Students will analyze the visual and linguistic clues on the card to determine what their creature needs to survive, and then build a physical model to represent their ideas and clearly explain the reasoning behind their design decisions. For this project, while the suggested grade band is 2 through 8, this highly playful, creative, and engaging activity can easily be adopted for younger and for older student groups. This project can be completed in one class period and requires the GoBox Classroom Kit along with just basic craft materials and any drafting materials that you have available. In the challenge card deck, you will also see an option for an extension activity that digs a little bit deeper into standard aligned learning based on your classroom, your students, and your teaching goals. Ideas will be discussed shortly and can range from literacy to tech to math. To begin this activity, distribute cardboard pieces, connectors, and any craft or drafting materials to each team of 3 to 4 students. Also give each team one Beastie Biome task card, facing down. Then simply read the script from the Beastie Biome mission guide card to launch the challenge. We suggest allowing approximately 30 minutes for the build, 10 minutes for sharing, and 5 minutes for cleanup, but you can adapt this based on your class period, and keep in mind that this can be left up on display if your classroom allows for that. On the 3DuxDesign website, you will also find a field guide for teachers, which is essentially a bit of a cheat sheet, allowing you to help address any student challenges or questions along the way. This sheet describes a likely habitat based on the fictional creature's name and appearance, but keep in mind this is only a guide, and as long as your students can defend their design features, they can be considered successful. If you have a little bit of flexibility and time in your schedule, there are a gazillion ways to extend this project for a deeper and standard aligned learning experience for your students. The second Beastie Biome Mission Guide card in your deck has a few ideas. You can easily add a literacy and/or technology component by having your students create a Beast Museum experience that can be integrated into your classroom in a variety of ways based on student interests or aligned specifically with standard aligned teaching goals. For the Beastie Biome Museum, students will bring their creatures to life by reworking their habitats into a museum display and promoting their exhibit, describing the creature's habitat, diet, and unique features, and then using the name and phenotype as clues to explain how it survives in its environment. This extension could be a more structured experience with specific tools or opens up for more student choice depending on how you want to guide the experience. Either way, this extension will help solidify your students' learning and help them build critical communication and presentation skills. Presentation ideas might include creating a trifold display and model for an oral presentation, designing a digital advertisement with tools like Canva or Google Slides, producing a video tour using tools like WeVideo, iMovie, or Stop Motion, or building a book for the museum store using Book Creator to help organize student photos, writing, and multimedia elements. Here are some examples of tools that teachers have used successfully with 3Dux projects in the past and would be great for pairing with the Beastie Biome Museum presentations. Of course, this is just a partial list. There's an ever-growing set of tech tools that could be used to deepen the learning here. I will share just a few examples of other student projects using some of these tech tools. In this case, students used a combination of green screen, iMovie, and Chatterpix to explain the Groundhog Day myth.
Legend has it that on Groundhog Day, I will emerge from my burrow, and if I see my own shadow, that means there will be 6 more weeks of winter, and I'll go back to sleep for a bit.
The next video will show you how one group of students used Book Creator to create their presentation. Another really fun tech extension might be to have your students do a stop motion video describing their Beastie Biome experience. This can be done with either stop motion app on an iPhone or an iPad or using Hue animation technology. You can also deepen the learning in a completely different direction by adding some math elements to this project. You can use the Duxit ruler and graph paper supplied in the 3DuxDesign kit to have your teams calculate the area and the cost per square Duxit of construction materials for their Beastie Biome exhibits. And lastly, depending on the materials that you have available, if you have the 3DuxDesign GoBox Pro kit or the Renewable Energy kit, you can also incorporate some electrical components into your museum construction, showcasing how we can intentionally design and build for our community with sustainability in mind. However you choose to use the 3DuxDesign STEM Starter Challenges, you and your students are in for a highly playful, low-prep STEM challenge, perfect for the classroom, STEM lab, library media center, or even as a back-to-school STEM night experience that the whole family can enjoy.